Hi all, so today we're going to do a short revision on chapter 4 conics, and we will mainly focus on the subtopic circle. Okay, so today we'll try out 3 questions on circle. So before we go into the questions, let us have a short revision on circle. Yeah, so for circle you will have the standard equation x squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0, and this standard equation is very important to help you to solve the equation. Alright, so the information that we can extract from the standard equation will be the center. Okay, we can extract the center and also the radius. So how do we get this? Center is just simply, okay, from the equation you find out what is g and what is f, and then you apply this formula. Okay, you apply this formula so you can get your center. And then what is your c? Your c is also taken from standard equation, and with these 3 information then you can find your radius. Okay, so now let us look at the first example. So first example, given a circle x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 8y minus 11 equals to 0, and we have 2 points, okay, 1, 8 and also 0, 0. Okay, so determine whether each point is inside or outside the circle. Okay, so if you are not clear with what the question is asking, I will highly advise you to draw out the circle first. Okay, so here we will have a circle, okay, as drawn here, and this one will be our center. Alright, so now before we go further, let us try to understand what does it mean by the point is inside or outside the circle. Okay, let's say now, okay, I don't know these 2 points now. Let's say now I have this point here. Okay, this is the first point. Let's say a point P. Okay, so you need to know the distance between these two. There is a distance between these 2 points. So this one we call as D1, for example. Okay, known as this one. And then for every circle there will be radius. So this one will be the radius. So from here you can see if your D1 is less than your R, so it will be inside the circle. So here we can say if D is less than R, then the point is inside the circle. And another one, for example, let's say we have a point here. Okay, so the distance between these 2 points is D2 lah, let's say. Okay, this point is, let's say, Q. Okay, so from here you can see the radius is until here only. So which means this D2 is greater than R. Okay, so from this diagram you can see that if D is greater than R, then the point is outside the circle. So this is what it means by this question lah. So to determine whether the point is inside or outside the circle. Okay, so now first copy down the standard equation. Okay, to solve this kind of equation you need to find the center first. So from the center you can find the radius, and also then you find the distance. Okay, so which means that first you find center, always find center lah, doesn't matter it needs or not. Center, and then after that you find the radius, and then after that you find the distance. Okay, and then what you do, you compare your R and D, and then apply back what we have learned here, then you can get your answer. Okay, now so for this question, okay, here is our 2gx. So compare, you get 2g equals to -6 and your g is equals to -3. This one is our 2f. So 2f equals to 8. Your f is equal to 4. And this one, this thing is just obviously our c. So just copy down also. c equals to -11. Okay, so from here you can know center is -g, -f kan. So your center is 3, -4. Alright, and from here, this time we already said, right? From center to radius, and then we find distance, then we compare. So now find your radius. R is equals to, we apply back the formula we learned just now. Okay, this equation. So is equals to g squared plus f squared minus c. which is equal to 3 square plus negative 4 square minus negative 11. So note that this part is very important. Don't miss it out. This one is a minus here. Okay. So at the end, if you use your calculator, you will get R equals to 6. Okay. So this is very important. Later we are going to compare by using this. Okay, so after we have found the center, which is 3, negative 4, okay, and we also have found the radius, which is equal to 6 units. Now we need to find the distance, okay. So just now we have 2 points, right? 1 at and also 0, 0. Okay, so we are going to find this distance of these points with center. Okay, so let's say for point 1 at, the distance let's say we said d1 lah. Okay, and note that the equation for finding the distance between 2 points will be x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. Okay, so note that the very important point is this one is plus. Okay, so you just substitute lah. For example, this one we said is x1, you substitute here, and this one is y1, you substitute here, and let's say this one is your x2 and this one is your y2. Okay, so you will get square. So you get 2 times square root of 37 units. So if you convert it to decimal points, you will get this. Okay, 12.17 units. So here you can make a conclusion, because you know your R is equal to 6. So this one, okay, sorry. So this one is greater than your R. So you can make the conclusion here. Since D1 is greater than R, so point 1.8 is outside the circle. Okay, outside the circle. Sebab dia lagi panjang. This one is your circle, this one is your center, and the distance, for example, this one is 6 lah. So it's 12. It's almost double the distance, okay, of the radius. So which one, for example, located here lah. So this whole thing is 12. So it's located outside the circle. Okay, and then we have point 0, 0. Okay, so for this one, let's say we said D2 lah. So still using the same formula. Okay. So you get 5 units for your D2. Okay, so you can see this D2 is less than R because your R is 6 kan. So you can make your conclusion here. Okay, so we just padan this one lah. Since it is less than R, so point 0, 0 is inside the circle. Okay, so that's how we're going to do this question lah. Okay, so once again, for this kind of question, determine whether it's inside or not. First find center, then go to the radius and find the distance and compare. So that's it. Okay, see you in part 2.